It is 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West. From CNN headquarters in Atlanta, this is Election 98. I'm Judy Woodruff, along with my colleagues Jeff Greenfield and Bernard Shaw. Texas Governor George W. Bush, a man we're looking at for the year 2000, holds on. No surprise here. He defeats Land Commissioner Gary Morrow.
In Maine, the governor, Angus Keene, keeps his chair. The incumbent defeats Angus Keene has won the governorship in Maine. The incumbent defeats Angus Keene has won the governorship in Maine. In New York, Bulletin, Senator Pothole has fallen into a manhole the size of Charles Schumer. Charles Schumer, a Democratic pickup tonight, ousting Alphonse D'Amato. What a biggie. In Wisconsin, the Mark Newman, Senator Russ Feingold battle is still too close to call.
In the state of Minnesota, here's a close one. Skip Humphrey, Norm Coleman, Jesse the Body Ventura has thrown this one up in the air. We don't know where it's going to land.
In Rhode Island, a three-way race too close to call between Governor Lincoln Almond, between Murth York, and the independent candidate, Mr. Healy. That is not a disguise. Mr. Healy. That is not a disguise. In Wyoming, a close race between Republican Governor Geringer and his challenger, John Vinich, also too close to call.
We have a winner. Incumbent Republican Senator John McCain defeats Ed Ranger going back to Washington. This man might run for his party's nomination. Another winner. Ben Nighthorse Campbell, the Democrat turned Republican, turns back Dottie Lamb's challenge in Colorado. In Louisiana, another incumbent. Democrat John Breaux, a leader of his party, beats Jim Donelon.
In the state of South Dakota, no surprise here, the Senate Minority Leader Tom Daschle rolls back to Washington, defeating the Republican Ron Schmidt. In the North Dakota Senate race, another Democrat heading back to Washington, Byron Dorgan, defeats his challenger, Donna Nalawea. In Arizona, a win for the Republican incumbent, Governor Jane Hull, came into office 2 years ago. She'll hold on to that seat, defeats the Democrat Paul Johnson.
In Nebraska, this is a pickup. Republican Mike Johans beats Bill Hoppner to fill the seat of retiring Governor Christensen, a Republican pickup in Nebraska. In New Mexico, Governor Gary Johnson holds his seat. He beats Martin Chavez. The Republican is in for another term. And in New York, one of the least surprising results of the night, Governor George Pataki, Republican who narrowly beat Mario Cuomo 4 years ago, cruising to victory over Peter Vallone, and there are those who think Mr. Pataki has national goals.
In Wisconsin, Republican incumbent Tommy Thompson keeps his job. This is not a surprise. Ed Garvey, the Democrat, used to represent the NFL Players Association. In South Dakota, another incumbent, Bill Janklow, beats Bernie Hunhoff.
We've been speculating about 2000, but try this one on for size. Right now in Minnesota, in a tight three-way race, the leading candidate is Jesse Ventura, Jesse the Body Ventura, the Reform Party candidate for governor of Minnesota.
Pentium 2 processor.
Before we go to our distinguished McCurry-Blankley duo, one more call to make. Get ready for this one. In Minnesota, in the governor's race, CNN projects that when all the votes are counted, Jesse Ventura, the Reform Party candidate, will be the next governor of Minnesota. He now has 37% of the vote, beating both St. Paul Mayor Norman Coleman and Hubert Humphrey III, Skip Humphrey. It's kind of hard to know what to say, except we have had enough surprises tonight to pack a barn, and here's the latest. Not just a wrestler, but a talk show host, and actually, to anyone who's been on his show, a guy who you might have expected would surprise people, but nothing like this. Congratulations, Governor-elect Jesse the Body Ventura. And now to Blankley and McCurry. Gentlemen, you want to analyze that result for us?
It's at the next National Governors Association meeting. He's going to go body slam all those moderates that we've been talking about tonight. That's what's going to happen.
Well, actually, you know, be sort of half serious for a moment about him. He is the governor-elect. If you look at his message, it's a very populist message. It plays on all the cynicism the public has about elections and politicians, and it plays in a state that has a long tradition of populism. So retrospectively at least, it all makes sense.
He had something to say.
This is why politics is fascinating. You know, you can always be surprised. More calls. We've already told you in South Carolina about Fritz Hollings. And in South Carolina, Jim Hodges, the Democrat, has defeated Republican Governor David Beasley. Gambling a big issue there.
In the state of Alabama, a big pickup for the Democrats. Don Siegelman defeats the incumbent governor, Fob James. In the Peach State, another pickup a hold for the Democrats, but Roy Barnes defeats Republican Guy Milner in his third try for statewide office. That we want to make a call in the state of Illinois. CNN projects that the winner will be George Ryan, the Republican. He will defeat, we project, Glenn Poshard, the Democrat. That's one that's been holding out for some time tonight. Now we call it for the Republicans. And now back to Governor Bush.
I will continue to promote policies that will help usher in a new era for Texas.
In Illinois, Carol Moseley Braun had spent most of the time trying to get the campaign focused on anything but her own problems. That didn't work. One measure of the degree to which it didn't work is that in 1992, people were angry about Anita Hill. People were angry at the Senate Judiciary Committee. She got a lot of white suburban Republican women to vote for her. She got 51% of the white women 6 years ago, just 41% of those same people today. That's a 10-point drop, and that probably accounts for why she lost. And then there's Kentucky, which, to be perfectly honest, it was just a dogfight. I don't, Frank, have any wonderful explanations for that. It was very long, very drawn out, and, the baseball player beat the basketball player. What can I say?
It was especially nasty, too.
It was especially nasty, too.
Also in Alaska, this is no surprise, incumbent Frank Murkowski will go back to Washington. He defeated Joseph Solomon.
And in Texas, George W. Bush Jr. soundly defeats his opponent and vaults to the fore as the putative frontrunner for the 2000 race. His brother Jeb does what he couldn't do 4 years ago, wins the governorship of Florida, beating Lieutenant Governor Buddy McKay.